Before I proceed with today's discussion, I would like to ask you one simple question. Please, kindly let me know your answer in the comments below. What is the strongest currency among the sub-Saharan African countries? The reason why I'm asking this question is that every time prices rise somewhere in the world, Africa feels the pain. When oil prices increase, transport becomes more expensive. When factories slow down in other countries, the cost of goods rises in our market. When powerful economies make financial decisions, African currencies often lose value. Why should an African farmer, trader, teacher, or worker suffer because of decisions made thousands of kilometers away? And the reason is that we consume too much of what we do not produce. We import many of the things we use every day instead of making them ourselves. That is why local manufacturing is not just an economic policy, it is an economic necessity. Now think about it. If a country imports most of its food, medicine, clothing, machinery, and building materials, then every global price increase immediately affects its people. Importers pay more, businesses pay more, consumers pay more, prices rise everywhere. Then the government borrows money to ease the pressure. And when it happens that way, national debt increases, the currency weakens, and inflation gets worse. And the cycle continues. Now, imagine a different situation. Imagine a country that grows its own food, like Burkina Faso is doing currently, processes its own raw materials, manufactures many of the products it uses. Now, when global shocks happen, that country is not completely protected, but it has something very important, and that is control. It controls more of its production, it controls more of its supply, it creates more jobs for its people, and has greater influence over its own prices. And that control becomes a shield against global inflation. Africa is certainly not poor in resources. We have gold, we have cocoa, we have lithium, oil, gas, timber, and many other valuable resources. Yet, too often, we export them in their raw form and then buy back finished products at much higher prices. We export wealth and import inflation. We export jobs and import dependency. Now, take cocoa as an example. Africa produces most of the world's cocoa beans, yet much of the profit from chocolate is made outside Africa. And the same story can be told about many of our minerals and agricultural products. The lesson is clear. The real wealth is not only in the raw material, it is in the factory, in processing, and in manufacturing. When factories are built, jobs are created. Engineers, technicians, drivers, machine operators, marketers, and thousands of small businesses all benefit. Money stays within the economy instead of flowing abroad. The currency becomes stronger, and a stronger currency helps keep the prices stable. This is why local manufacturing is more than economics. It is economic self-defense and a form of national security. The countries that became wealthy did not do so by exporting raw materials alone. They built industries, they added value to their resources, they manufactured products and controlled production. Africa must do the same. And the goal is not to shut ourselves off from the world. The goal is to become stronger and more resilient, because a nation that cannot produce what it needs will always depend on those who can. And a nation that depends entirely on others for its basic needs can never fully control its economic future. The lesson is clear. If Africa wants to reduce inflation, create jobs, strengthen its currencies, reduce debt, and build lasting prosperity, then local manufacturing is not just one option among many. It is the foundation of economic independence. The factories we build today will become the shield that protects Africa tomorrow.